Hello, gentlemen and gentle ladies. What's up? So, man, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to be right up front and honest right at the start of this thing. I am loving the whole YouTube life right now. About 15 minutes ago, I got up from a nap. It's awesome. But regardless of all that, I did get a few neat little things in today. They were delivered today. I get to go do some driving on them. Possibly start my driving tomorrow with those. I've got the little Fury wagon right here by Furytech. I'm going to start right off with this right here. Check this thing out. And I want you to see it has a little outrunner in this thing. Check that out. How awesome is that? It's got a little, I guess I need to check the specs again on it, but forget the ESC. But so far on the table testing, it's absolutely smooth. Let me see here. This right here, little battery that comes with it. I'm glad these things come with these little batteries. I don't have many of these little bitty batteries. You would think I would have batteries for everything, right? But that isn't really the case, especially when it comes to some of these really little bitty specialized batteries. I gotta figure out how to even get the battery in there. I'll just put it in there halfway. There we go. Clayton, yes sir. First, JD's RC, what's up? Ashley Connolly, hey buddy, what's happening? Ooh. What's up, Mitchell's RC Off-Road? Yes sir, Endos. Did you notice a big difference in the Max 8 G2 coming to XR8 G3 in the buggy? Endos, in my opinion, the XR8 is way more of a race combo than the Max 8 is. The throttle control felt better in the SR8 or the XR8, in my opinion. Granted, it could have been because it was in a Techno, but it was actually really, really nice. So, Hyperflow fans, dudes, I don't know if I have enough room, but I might need to get with you for some fans on my XRT because, oh, hold on, I'll show you this right here in a second. I just put a Max 5 G2 and a 5690 in there, the little 1250 kV motor. This is a monster. I'm calling it like a stubby 56 or something. This thing is awesome. I'll show you guys a little bit later the setup that I have in the XRT. I took it for a drive. All channel members have 3 videos uploaded today. The initial review on it, the look at it, the install, the first drive right here at the Exoplex. And I got like a 17.1 second lap with the XRT out there. And then I took it out for a speed run out at the grass field. So all channel members, you have access to that right now. But this right here, the Fury wagon. It's got a nice little chassis on this thing. Check this out. It looks more like along the lines of the size of like the TRX4M. Let's see here, get this little guy in here. How awesome is that? Little bitty portals. I'll be running this thing Sunday with the guys because we have that elevated 24 course out there, right? So I'll be running this out there with them Sunday. I'm really looking forward to it. I think a couple of my buddies already have a vehicle like this. So yeah, but little bitty outrunner right here, man. Look at that. How's that, huh? All right. Really looking forward to taking this for a drive, man. Got some of my other stuff from Furytech showed up as well. I got the Capra UTB system, and another TRX4M Bronco system right here. This is for the TRX4M. This is actually the Inrunner. It has the Cedar motor in it. And that is a little Inrunner motor. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this is. Now, in my TRX4M, I've got the low gears. So I may or may not be able to use the pinion gear here. I may have to change the gears back to the normal gears. I'm not sure yet. That's on there pretty good. And I don't have enough teeth left to yank it off with that. But anyway, I've got that. And then the setup I've got here for the capper. Now, these are, to the best of my knowledge, based on the new ESC, the Python. And the Python 1/10 ESC is awesome. So I'm really happy with that ESC. So, but you guys here, you're the big difference. Mike Bird, what's up? Wheels Down RC. Hey, buddy, what's happening? Addicted, what's up? Yes, sir. Tim Hewlett, what's up? The BL150 G2. Did I see the new BL150 G2? I think I did. You talking about this? Yeah. Now, I have a vehicle that's been needing a motor, and this being a 74 size motor, this is pretty much like a truggy size motor. The vehicle that I have that needs a motor and a servo and an ESC is actually the Arma Fire Team. So the goal is to put these in the Arma Fire Team. That's the goal. So yes, I have seen those, buddy. And this, I got this in. This is another Hobbywing setup right here. This is going into the Baja Ray. This is the Max 10 140 amp and the 4000 kV motor. This is what's going into that. I want to keep that one a 2S truck. And I'm kind of thinking the 4000 might be where I need to be. So good to go there. That's an empty box. The Max 5 is an empty box. And the XRT. So, all right. Let's see here. RC Crawler, what's up? 125 for 6S CSC. So, yes, sir, Tim. Lon Baden, got my anti-foams. Thanks for the advice. Good deal, Lon. Craig Engelman, what's up? What's up from North Carolina? John Stogsdale. Hey, buddy. Jeremy of the Jungle, what's up? Am I going to run 12S on the XRT? I have been told that the 1250 won't take 12S for long. I think it can take it. It's just one of those things where you don't want to sit there and hold it for very long. Like a blip, I think it'll take it though. Whether the rest of the XRT will take it or not, I don't know. But, I mean, I could, well, let me show you the setup in the XRT. I think the thing fit absolutely wonderfully. I'm not really planning to stay 12S on the XRT, even though it can, I guess. Pale Peterson, what's up? Xavier's, what portals would you recommend for a 110 scale trail truck? The toughest out there are the TRX4 portals. Second up would be the SCX 10.3. Joe Girding, what's up? Sean Singleton, what's up, Joe? Building a new crawler to take the Barbarian. Nice. Craig, I got my Outcast ADS roller today. I have some 6mm and 4K weave that I'm going to make a new chassis an inch longer than the Creighton for it. That'll be interesting. Stretch it. I'm assuming you've already measured this, but you have like a long and a short shaft inside of the chassis. Measure it toward that. You can use 2 long shafts. That way it's just a simple bolt in. Discovery OC, Punkerbo, what's up? Let me see. Jimmy Bailey, what's up? Xavier's. I got some badass new 24-volt fans. They're running right off the 6S balance lead. 12S crew, they run a 6S packs. The 6S fan. See, I don't know if I have enough room for what I want to do with this. I'll have to show you when we message back and forth on it. But let me show you guys the 5690 in the XRT. For you guys that can print and you have an XRT, you might want to pay attention to this. For those of you guys that can actually design stuff, I have no CAD skills. I can't do it. But look at the setup on this. That big white nylon block right there, that's where obviously it's mounting the ESC. It's mounted with 2 bolts. It bolts into the chassis. It can come out with 4 bolts. But look at how everything fit in there. Long ways, beautifully. Now, I've seen guys mount this sideways, but it gets over into the battery compartment. And I really didn't want that. But everything fits beautifully in there. Really happy with how this worked out. So, and it drives great. I've had to re-glue the back tires for some reason a few times. So, but I am scheduling a triple release tomorrow on that one. So 3 videos on that system tomorrow. Like I said, all channel members already have access to those videos. CK, what's up, buddy? Ooh, the Centon or Team Associated Stadium truck. In my opinion, the Team Associated is way more of a race truck than the Centon is. It really is. I love the fact that there's nothing rotating inside of it. Nothing. Not a shaft or anything. As far as toughness goes, although I haven't broke the Associated, I kind of think the Centon is going to be tougher in that regard because the Associated seems to be a lighter vehicle. Now, I love the way the Associated jumps. You can hit my jumps out here, full throttle all the way across. So, I did get a 18.9 out of it, racing with the guys on Sunday. So, if I had to choose one to go to a short course race right now, I would take the Associated. Obviously, I'd want some different tires on it. Probably adjust the gearing a little bit, but that would be pretty much it. I want to make a carbon drive shaft. It's very easy to do with carbon rods and Starbound CA glue. Do you think, Craig, that the carbon can take the torsional loads? The twist? The torque? It'll be interesting to see if it does that without just getting shredded. Big Kids RC, what's up, man? So, I've been printing the heck out of these things right here, getting these set up for release. I've already got one pretty nice size order. So, I've got those going. When I get these done, I'm going to put up a video just for these. This is actually not one of my better ones. This is one of my test ones with a very low infill. Like 10%, I think, is the infill on this. So with that being the case, the ones that I'm going to be selling are 25% infill. And with this only being 10%, I think that's a 10% one. I got a few of them up here. I'm going to bust these things. These stands are pretty much one size fit all kind of a thing. There we go. And like I said, the ones that I'm going to be selling actually have more infill. So when I get ready and I have enough of these in stock, I will make a video and they will be on the website. If you want to like order some, I can get you in after I finish this order right here that I've got going. This is a full green order. So green, that's actually on the printer right now. Enough for 8 vehicles. So yeah. But if you want some of these, get on the order, send me an email. My email is in the pinned post right there. And I get you set up. Got a little logo right there. I've got logo is right there as well. Like I say, these are some test pieces that I was messing around with, getting the holes right for the bolts and all that stuff. So even for 10% infill, these things are pretty darn good. And considering they're going to hold an RC truck up, that's pretty good. Look at the infill on this one. Not a whole lot. Yeah, 25% infill is more than enough to handle just about anything. But regardless, yeah, I'm doing some destructive testing on these things. All right, the right one. Heck, so how are we doing? We're moving to Florida here in a couple weeks, and the Exoplex is on my to-do list. All right, the right one. Where at in Florida are you coming to? Clayton, you're in the market for a new servo techno buggy. That would be the Reese 299 Micro. That's what I've got in. Well, I've got the 299 Micro in the Radix. I'm not sure what I've got in my Typhon. I have the Alacritus 300 in my Techno. The Alacritus 300 is a little bit faster than the 299, but I don't think it's faster to make that much of a difference. Like with the Team Associated, that's going to get the 299 in that. Right now, it's got the Reese Raw 500, and channel members have access to that video as well. Like I said, as far as the stands, one size fits all, pretty much, yeah. The centers, you'll have different widths on the centers, so you can change them off. You can offset them. 3-inch, 3.5, and 4-inch. That should allow you to fit any size axle you want. And when I go to put these listed onto the website, you'll be getting 2 of these. And then these will be separately. The reason they're going to be separate is because, like, the guy that ordered a bunch of them from me, he's going to do the plates, the slider plates. So he doesn't even need the centers. So there's no point in printing and wasting material and costing money when you don't need them. So you can glue these down, boom, and be done just like that. Or if you want to have these separate, put on your axle, put on a shelf, you can get these right here. And I'll test them. I mean, I've got the TRX4, I've got Associated, I got SCX10, I got Capra, so I can figure out what sizes fit what, and I will list all of that in the description when I list these. So you'll know what sizes to actually order. And I'm thinking these right here will probably be like 69 cents a piece. So it's going to be cheap. All right. Dan Woodruff, what's up? Mitchell Bologni. How upgrade the VXL system slash mower in 3S in my track, and heat is a killer. Mitchell, heat is a killer for just about everything right now. Honestly, the VXL 3S should be plenty for that. Have you tried heat sink in a fan? Just putting a fan on the motor sometimes doesn't get the job done. A heat sink can really help. But in saying that, maybe the Max 10 140 amp with the 3200 kV motor, I believe it is, that might be your best option. For me, the Hobbywing systems run kind of cool, which is nice. Demon Toy, what's up? Isaac, what's up? Metro Southern VT here. Yes, sir. Be a little ways away from you in Punta Gorda. Punta Gorda is going to be a ways away. Yeah, buddy. The Exoplex is not going to be a simple little day trip to come have fun. Demon Toy, Craig Ingham in Manchester, Connecticut. RC Performance Mod. Yeah, the 299 LP. I've actually got. Let me show you this one right here. Woohoo! Hope I didn't show my gut. I've actually got quite a few of these ordered. I got like 3 or 4 of them ordered. Yeah, the 299 LP right here. This is the red one. Once the red ones are sold out, they're gone. So they're kind of special edition. But it seems that people don't really want the red one for some reason. Hey, it's the same servo, so. And when I ordered the ones I've got coming to me, my buddy wanted a black one. My other buddy wanted the purple one. And I just got red ones for me. I'm good with that. So I don't risk showing my gut again. Springfield, Mr. H. Rivera. Tim's, hello from Oregon. What's up, buddy? Marcus, why is the steering on the SCX6 taken apart? That's a good question. Why did I take this apart? I have no idea why that's apart. I have no idea. There must be a reason for it, but I can't think of it right now. Apparently, I was going to do something. It's not broke. Well, I still got to do the shock towers, and I found this little piece of aluminum right here. This is how I'm going to brace my shock towers right here. This piece right here. Yeah, I hope so. Oh, man. Let me see. Are you allowed to say if one brand is better than another brand? Sure, John. Which brand are you talking about? I'm not saying I'm not a fan of certain brands over other brands, but yeah. Which brands are you wanting to discuss? The gyro, you had to turn that on in the receiver. But yeah, I believe the RC4 does have the control on that. Now, I love the RC8X. I absolutely do. But I like the gyro and the GT5 better. Now, also racing around the track, which I recently did with a team associated, the GT5 is easier ergonomically than what the RC8X is. I can drive with the GT5 better. One-handed for that. Now, as far as the crawling and stuff like that goes, RC8X is awesome. It's got everything. Just watch the latest. Oh, yeah. Team Dad Bod. I understand. Thanks. Don't worry. No one gets my last name right. All right. Thank you, Mitchell. Am I planning on attending Rocktober in Maysville? I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure what I've got going on here. I know I've got haul and crawl to go do. I believe they're on different weekends this time. I love Great-Its. Great-Its. The cat figured out tool usage. Okay. John Stogsdahl. Okay. I've had quite a few different brands of servos. What's your question on that? I just see your question. So, what's up, everyone? What do you think of the new Primal RC Challenger? I'll get you right quick, John, on that one. The suspension on the Challenger, that's my concern. The front suspension is like an old school on-road with that little spring in there, and there's no rear suspension. That's my only concern. I was actually looking at it as far as width goes and this and that, and I'm wondering if you could take that body, maybe adjust the frame a little bit on like an old Baja 5B Flux, and then just pull the shocks down to make it to where it's, where it needs to be for that particular vehicle, and run that underneath the body. That way you'd at least have some kind of suspension, right? I was kind of thinking about that. But anyways, yeah. RC Daily, you're here. All right, been buying cheap ones. I'm ready to try a good one. Okay, John, what vehicle? What's your intended goal for that vehicle? My best crawler steering servo for the TRX4. Okay, what's your budget RC crawler? Because you can get some 35 kgs with better voltage. You have on a TRX4, you have to bypass the receiver to get high voltage to the servo, especially if you have the 2-speed and the diff locks, because you'll burn those up at about 8 volts or probably about 6.5 volts in some cases. But okay, so you're on a, okay, all right. Okay, for the TRX4, if you're willing to go direct power, this is for RC Crawler and John. If you're willing to go direct power is straight off the battery. You can use the balance plug, or like I do, wire in a JST and power it directly. Like the Reese 777 is phenomenal. You can bump that up to the 888. If you want to do plug and play and you're not afraid of putting a BEC around the receiver with all the features in there, then you can do Raw 500. It's awesome. So the Raw 500 is quick, it's fast, and it's almost legendary at this point. The driveline is awesome in it. Those are my goals. Those will be my choices for that vehicle. All right, hopefully I was able to spit all that out correctly there. Where can I find a scale garage lift, Isaac? Buddy, I have no idea, but the guy you might want to talk to, see if you can find him, Scale Rat 20. He does a lot of seriously scale stuff. I'm going to send him that BRX02 and get him to fully scale out the paint job on the body. I haven't sent it yet, but I'm going to. The TT01 Euro truck and the poor boy. Really, you hit 70 miles an hour with that little thing? Dude, CK, that was awesome, man. I got to go to your TikTok and look at that video. All right, John, get the Raw 500. That's a simple plug and play. Even at 6 volts, the Raw 500 is way better than what you've had so far. Chuck Parks, what's up? Trailing a little rock crawling. Yeah, the Raw 500 is going to do you right. The Hanger, what's up? All right, so you're good to run 7.4? Hey, Raw 500. Don't go messing with the 555. In my opinion, it's outdated and slow. Just my opinion on the 555. I've had 3 555s, by the way. External BC. External BC, if you have a laptop computer and you have a Castle Link, get the Castle Blue BEC. That way you can adjust it in 0.1 volt increments. If you don't have a laptop or computer, then laptop is a computer, I know. If you don't have access to that stuff, just look on eBay or Amazon and get you one that you can just simply move a little jumper, go from 6 volts to 7.4 volts. Just simple as that. Some of them have little dip switches you can adjust as well. RC 4-wheel drive. RC 4-wheel drive may have the scale lift. Yes. Got my eye on that special edition Raw 500. Yes, sir, John. Updated Rift kit? Where? I haven't seen anything. The 777 RC Daily is the direct power that I mentioned earlier. The Raw 500 is the plug and play. So, really, what's in the updated kit? I have not seen this yet. Did they put bigger bearings in the axles? I hope, and the pinions? On the GT5, when trying to get the gyro to work, does it need to be turned on at the radio when binding? Sometimes I have to turn the receiver on, then the radio on, then the receiver. But the receiver has to be sitting flat for it to work. If the receiver is on its side, forget it. If it's on its end, forget it. Set the receiver flat by ground level, and you'll be okay. Yeah, BL120. I haven't got a 120. I got the 150 up here, though. It's the first I've heard of that one, Craig. The Perfect Pass Monster and the Raw 500 is the same servo. It's the first I've heard of that. I'll have to check in on that one. Just to check in on that one. I know there are some very, very similar servos. Rebranded. People are rebranding servos every day. I could rebrand servos. I could go to AGFRC and rebrand or have any servo I want built and put in the Exocaged name if I want. I could totally do it. It's just way too large of an investment for me to get into. I don't have the funds to throw down for, I think the minimum is like 100 or 200 servos, and then hope that I get them all sold and hope they don't have issues and come back, warranty, all that stuff. Because I'm telling you, you could sell somebody a pair of pliers. They will break these with a styrofoam ball and want a refund. I don't know how people can break some things, but believe me, you can bust a steel ball with a rubber mallet. Some of these guys can, I'm telling you. On a TRX4 crawler, do you run full droop, half droop? On my TRX4 crawlers, if I'm going to be jumping and messing around, I like to run about half the shaft on the shock. If I'm competition crawling, usually it's about 6 millimeters or maybe a 1/4 inch of shaft showing. Other than that, I don't want it full droop. I don't want it sitting on the shock body. I want a little bit of suspension on there. At least that's my own preference. Optional diable tube chassis included. Okay, we've already had that. Optional sway bar set. Okay. Optional rear aluminum link plates included. Okay. Oh, you can actually get a 2-speed. I wonder if it has the same issues as every other converted 2-speed transmission. Build customs. I don't see enough there to go out and buy the new kit. I just don't. Speaking of riffs, though. Speaking of riffs, I've got a new chassis coming from mine. This is from Addictive RC. Travis Vance is building the chassis. I've got a picture of it. It's kind of green to match my SCX6. So I kind of try to match that one up. So, and soon I'll be hearing about maybe by the end of this week, I'll have all the Raminator stuff ordered because I'm going to do a Raminator bouncer. In which when I get the Raminator bouncer, I'm sending all this driveline to Travis to get built. So Travis Vance, Addictive RC, is going to be building my Raminator bouncer chassis. Yeah, going to be 2 of them. One for me and one for my buddy Al. So Al said, I want one. So yeah, we're going to have 2 of these things. I've got to go sit down with Al and just go over and figure out what chassis style he wants. Color scheme, all that stuff. And we're going to look at Busted Knuckle films and Mad Ram 11 just to get him an idea of what he's after. Isaac, I said shaft. What's my honest opinion about the Endura 35 kg servos? They're probably pretty decent for the money. I do not have one, so I can't say firsthand on that one. Yeah, RC Daily, I'm like, okay. 1/4 inch of shaft showing. Yeah. You don't want to bottom out. That can cause damage. Sounds like a couple options are included. Not much improvement. It's pretty meh. Must have seen Axial Facebook post. Nothing new. The furytech tie rift chassis is pretty good. 0 issues, and it takes. I actually have his little monster truck, and I drove the heck out of that thing. Drove fine. I think it has a metal axle housing. No, I think it has plastic. I think it has the same axle housings as this one. For everybody on here that hasn't seen this, I got this from furytech today. Little bitty guy right here. That's a little outrunner. Let me see here. Little outrunner in this thing right here. Little Fury wagon. I'll be running this tomorrow. This should be pretty sweet, man. I'm looking forward to that. And all their newer ESCs are based off like the Python setting, the Python ESC, and those are really smooth. Same old kit by that description. Have drop. Does that mean less oil in the shocks? No, it does not mean less oil in the shocks. You want your shocks. You want that. You want your spring retainer to hit the bottom of the shock. You want it to go all the way to the shock. So if you push it down and the shaft is still showing and it's bottomed out, then you have too much oil in the shock. Crack the cap, push it, and let the excess oil come out of the thing. Then when you got all that in there, tighten the cap down and you should be good to go. It's okay if you pull the shock shaft out and it kind of vacuums back in. That's kind of what you really want because that's kind of just the best way, right? When it kind of sucks back in. But shock shafts. Because if you're pulling a vacuum, then there's less chance of it leaking. All right. Oh my God, you guys get me messed up so much. It's all right, John, we're good. The furytech full-size Rift titanium chassis is nice. I've got that chassis, Tim. The only issue I had with that was I couldn't get a battery to fit in there correctly. The battery compartment was just a little bit too short for all my batteries. I told him about it. He said he would make adjustments, so hopefully he did. But I've got that. It's actually out in my shed. Nella, what's up? Everyone, the Desert Lizard shocks. I've got the Desert Lizards on one vehicle, and the Low C Nightcrawler. They're okay. I just don't have any intentions to build with them. If I build again, it'll either be, which I am going to be building again real soon. It's either going to be the more of the DravTech shocks, which I really like those, or the new shocks, the SCX10 Pro shocks. Those are really good shocks too. I went to Volume Python X. Damn thing, so not shipped. They'll be shipping soon, I hope. What are the advantages and disadvantages of brushless outrunner motor? Okay, Glenn, great question. All right. Here you have a brushless outrunner motor. Do you see those coils in there? Do you see how this rotates around all of that? It's much more susceptible to debris getting into here and messing with things. Plus, this right here rotates. So you got to make sure you keep all your wires away. If you're going to be running like strict crawling, you're going to need a really good ESC with some FOC to drive this, okay? If not, you'll get cogging. Now, you take this one right here, if you're going to be in the mud and dirty debris and stuff, well, guess what? This right here is sealed. You'll be a lot better off for this. These right here have a lot more torque to them. The instant forward and instant reverse on these is a little bit slower reacting, in my opinion, than an in-runner, because you have all this on the outside making the turn, okay? So all this outside, this mass and momentum has to stop and then return. So, in my opinion, for peppy power, the in-runners are where it's at. For crawl control, I really like these. However, you get one of these right here, sensor. This happens to be the Polar Pro V2 2700 kV. This is awesome. And the 10 shooter is awesome. Basically, I would look at the space you're working with and whether your terrain's going to be really bad or not. I mean, you have to look at all those factors as to what motor you're going to put in. Yep, Tim. I saw the Jetstream boat, but I have not actually messed with it. I don't have one yet. David Pig, your Yizzers have flat spots. How did you get those? If you have them flat spots, send them an email. See what he has to say about that. Maybe you just need to run them a little bit, like an old bias ply tire. Oh yeah, Clayton. Nitro. Thank you, RCDT. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Do you think you'll ever do a Team Corley model? Iceberg, yeah. Here's a Radix right here. And in my other room, I have the truck version of that. Yeah, I've got Corley. I've been meaning to go get an Asuga, but I don't know. I want one, but I don't need one. Does that make any sense? Carbon fiber chassis for the SCX10 amount. I got rid of the rental frame rails. Yeah. Carbon chassis is lighter. Any weight that you can reduce above the axle center line is good. It absolutely is. If Navarossi still made motors, I'd stay with Nitro. Navarossi's out. I don't know Nitro, so I'm sorry. We use outrunners on drones because they're smaller, lighter, and easier to mount. Iceberg, yeah, I agree. In fact, I got a couple cheap drones, and even they have outrunners on them. My favorite crawling tire. Oh man, that's a tough one. It's either or two of them. The Proline Crawler, Predator Compound, or the J Concepts Tusk. Those are my two favorite crawler tires. This is nothing but revolvers, but now I can only stubby puller pros. Not as much control, less noise, nothing turns, nothing to hang up. You're right, RC Daily. And like I say, they're a lot better sealed for environments. Looking at my cat over there. Oh, notice I'm working on the backdrop and everything, getting things cleaned up. What's your favorite one? Sir Candy Terps 420. Hey, buddy. Novak. Man, you know, Novak was at the top of the game back in the day, weren't they? The last Novak that I had was the M2C Dig. And that was a great little ESC. That was actually on a Berg. And it was actually pretty darn good, you know? The old Berg. Oh, let me show you the bike real quick. Hold on. Do I have something to show on the bike? Maybe. Yes, I do. Hang on. I had to think about this for a second. This is something I'm going to test. Fine laser designs. I had to think about it. I knew there's something to do with the bike. Something to do with it. Oh, I'm not going to be able to show that. Yeah, I can show a little bit of it right there. This right here pops out. The battery comes up. So the clip is actually gone. Hopefully you guys can see this here. So you put your battery in there, push this down in there, push that, and there's your battery. It's in. Done. Fine Laser Designs came up with this. Trying to get the light to show this thing in here. So there you go. Fine Laser Designs, guys. Yep. All right. There are a lot of guys that love the Power Hobby 190 MG. I've yet to actually have one, but I know my buddy Sean at Jack's RC Recycle and Repair. He sells a bunch of them, let me tell you. Currently running a Red Cat E10 as a comp crawler. Was looking for a really good outrunner style motor, an ESC that had the wheel speed. Glenn, right now you have two choices on the market. And that's going to be the furytech Python with like a 2000 kV outrunner, or a Holmes Crawlmaster Mini V2 with a 2040 V3 crawler or V3 outrunner motor. Those are the two options on the market, in my opinion, right now that are good. Had a 390. I know it was a while back in the day. I had a 39. Was it 3905, the short wheelbase with 2-speed? If so, I had one of those as well. HV Max. I still have my Novak Rooster crawler sitting in a box. Come on, family, we need to hit them like buttons. Yeah, Nella, get them. Get them, Nella. I see 93 of you guys watching. Thank you so much, and 52 likes. Do you know if they make a steering link upgrade? Buddy, I don't know that anybody makes links or anything for the Ridge Rock. It really, the aftermarket just is not there for that vehicle. Jess Baker, what's up? IAQ Master. Yeah. I'm going to have some on-road stuff here soon. Probably by the end of the year. And that's only 4 months away. Jeez, I got to get busy. Gray chassis. First gray chassis. Okay. Maybe mine was a 3906. With the I think mine had the twin motors. I took them out and put a brushless in there. I think it was. Strat Magic, what's up? I've never had a jet hopper. RC Specialist, are you getting the Hobbywing BL 150 4274 G2. Yes, I sure am. And as a matter of fact, I'm just going to set these over here. I've got them. These are going to be put into, I've got to install these into the Arma Fire Team. I think that'd be a good heavy vehicle to really test this as far as heat, power, and all that. So, and it's a larger vehicle, so it should be right. And this is a 4274, so it's kind of meant for more like a truggy. The 4268s and stuff like that are kind of like your buggy motors. And the one I just recently put in my Techno, which is the other Hobbywing system, that had a 4268 motor in that, so that's why I went into the Techno. Did you get some new drift tires for your drift car? No, sir, I have not. Mirror Dip, what's up, man? I had a problem with this little yellow gears inside the transmission. I actually found, I think it was Hot Racing made metal gears for the transmission, the 2-speed that I had in mind. Servo savers on a crawler, yes or no? Okay, if you're going to run a servo saver on a crawler, it has to be something like a Rift or something you're going to be jumping and getting real wild with. You can put a servo saver on when you know you're going to jump and stuff, and take it off when you're going to crawl. But for strict crawling, no servo saver. Low and slow. Dude, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you, low and slow. I appreciate that. I'm planning to get back to Beat the Creek next year as well. Okay. Servo savers are for bashing. Looking for an on-road chassis with a 6 to 6.5 inch track width. Tim, maybe the guys in here can help you out. I don't know on-road that well. Like, not much at all, really. Needle Juice, what's up? Will that motor plug into a Max 6? I believe it has the 6.5 millimeter bullets. So as long as it has those, yeah, it should go right into a Max 6 and be just fine. Let's see here. We can find out. Open this up. Now, of course, when I do the video, I'm going to show this thing in the box, all that wonderful stuff. Like, it's brand new, never been opened. But for some of you guys that are really good at watching videos, you can tell when I've got a box opened up, because the shiny, this stuff right here is gone. So, oh wow, that's actually a pretty beefy looking motor. Yep, 6.5 millimeter bullets. Beefy motor. All right, that'll be really good in the fire team. Now I got to put all this back in. Yep, that should go right into a current Max 6. Can't wait for them. No, speaking of Max 6, the motor I got in the XRT, the 5690, that came with the 6.5 millimeter bullets. So if that doesn't tell you the Max 6 is real close, nothing does. I had to put that 8 millimeter bullets on there to make it work on the with the Max 5 G2. Could not get a Max 6 G2. I tried, believe me. I was talking to everybody I could talk to, and no way. But yeah, so apparently the Max 6 G2 is going to have 6.5 millimeter bullets on it, which is perfectly fine. It'll be interesting. I can't possibly see them putting a Max 6 as a 12S though. No, they're more likely going to keep the Max 6 G2 at 8S. I can't see that small of an ESC being 12S. Servo saver on the SMT10. I have and I have not. So, yeah. Keeping big steer tires from hitting shocks on the LCG build when shocks will lay back on the chassis. Joshua, on my MOA, they've got the caster turned back where the tires turn kind of like this right here, and that gives more room for the shocks. Otherwise, I tend to, like with the DraftTech shocks, I get the offset cap, and I can move the body in to kind of get the body out of the way of the tire to get it tight turning. I know the issue you're dealing with. Wisconsin Dells wondering what you think about the whole Hoovu batteries for... I actually have a couple Hoovu batteries. I got the 8200s I was running in the XRT today. I have not been over to my buddies yet to go drifting. Isaac, you can do that, but in my opinion, it just doesn't handle very well as a strict crawler. I mean, heck, I've got Thor, which is four-wheel steering, portal, all that, and it has rift axles on it. And it's pretty awesome, but it kind of leaves you like, man, if it was just a little bit narrower. What are your plans now? There is no UST. Honestly, Dan, I don't know what I'm going to do for that weekend. It was such an incredible weekend for me and my buddies. You know, we were looking forward to that when it ended the day before, you know. 1.8 desert buggy? Not really sure about that one. Massive. Portals, 50 to 60 weight shock oil, sound right with Vidifont. You'd probably want to go 75 weight oil on those, 75 or even 80. When I was running the XRT, I think I've got the stock oil in them, or 50 or 60, something like what you're talking about, and I need to actually go up in my my shock dampening with that. I think Joe should call that cheap drifter Nismo, whatever that thing was. Yeah, I didn't even realize that the name was completely like misspelled, I guess for, you know, copyright purposes, until it was in the back of my car. I'm like, holy crap, look at this thing. I don't think there is a 1.8 desert buggy on the market currently. Yeah, they had Team Associated. They did have that one for a little while, didn't they? I thought it was pretty neat. I wanted to get one, but never did. Okay, the spur gear on a Rift is mod 1. It is not 32 pitch. I really wish Axial would fix that. Marcus, I can't wait to see the Max 6 G2 because I've got a few places to put that system. I think I may have to take some systems out. At some point, I'm going to have to start putting these used systems on the website. At some point. Right now, I'm just saving them because I never know what I'm going to be building. There's no telling what I'm going to get. Like, I'll probably have a nitro buggy here in about 3 weeks. So, I mean, if that happens, you know, that'd be wonderful. I'll get to see if I can keep a little engine running, right? Cross RC has some really nice stuff. They really do. I just don't have anything with me. I don't have anything right now. You got 4 Losi Pro Motos. Get a hold of Fine Laser Designs and get that battery latch system that I just showed. Capra. I've had like 3 Capras for me. Have you tried lifting the FMS K10? Lewis Flicks, I don't have a FMS K10, buddy. Sorry. So, no, sir, I have not tried that. What's this little heart thing over here? Oh. Hey, are you guys seeing that? You got the little emoticon things over here. When did YouTube start doing that? Huh. That's interesting. I just noticed that. The T-Rex 4M K10, I think it's an awesome different body for it. Yeah, they're working. I see all kinds of them popping up now. I'm like, what is that heart thing over there? Yeah, I haven't messed with that one. I I think the chassis and all is the exact same as everything we've already had. So just a rebody thing. Are Capras non-existent now or something? Oh, like an actual quad with a swing arm on the back. That would be sweet, wouldn't it? That's a great idea, Eddie Toy. Dude, that would be awesome. I'd be all over that. I really would be. That would be phenomenal. Yeah, the front just can be just any two-wheel drive something like, dude, I'd be all over that. That would be phenomenal. The steering link is off for some reason. And I have no idea why I took it off. There's nothing broke, but I took the bolt out for some reason. I'm trying to figure out why I took it out, but I have no idea. Portal delete TRX4M K10. The TRX4M K10 has portals on it? If it has portals, I didn't notice that part. Diff is out of there. That's it. No, the diff is in there. It's all there. I have no idea why I took that bolt out. There's nothing wrong with it. But apparently, it looks pretty bad. Not hard to find. James, what's up? Dude, I'd be all over a Banshee. Dude, that's a really good idea. I know somebody at Losi. I need to give them a call. That's a great idea. I want a 250EX like I used to have. And that little Honda 250EX was awesome, let me tell you. It was lightweight enough, man. You could float that thing, just bounce it around. I was in water chest deep, and it was just kind of floating a little bit. I'm kind of laying I wasn't as fat back then, so I was just kind of laying on the back of it. That was awesome. Was that the river up there in North Florida off of 75? I can't think of it, but it was awesome. Man, it's been a lot of years since I've been on an ATV. And my last ATV was actually the Polaris. Not the Predator, not Polaris Outlaw with independent rear suspension. Okay, TRX4M doesn't. I didn't think they would put a portal on it yet. Can you buy just a TRX4 high trail bodies? I'm sure you can, but heck, by the time you buy the body, you may as well have got the truck with it. Because the body's where all the money's at on that thing anyway. Two-wheel drive, change-up. Man, I'd be all over these. The Yamaha 700, man. I drove a Raptor 700 years ago back when I had mine. And that thing would rev to the moon, way higher than my Polaris would. Yeah, Banshees are still out there. Banshees, yeah. Yeah, Gus, the reason I got the Outlaw was because I wanted something that wasn't so violent on the whoops and the bumps. And the Outlaw was a lot more smooth on the bumps, as far as like jerking back and forth and just destroying your back, you know. So that was why I had the Outlaw. I thought it was awesome. I never had an issue with it. It threw me off a couple times, but I was okay. Every time was my fault. Go figure, huh? Not like somebody else went up and pulled the throttle on it. Dude, I'm telling you, Eddie Toy, that is a great idea. It really, really is. I would be all over that, man. See, like with the bike right here, I told him, I said, look, give us a new rider. Give one with like articulated knees, to where the rider is actually standing up like what you would normally do. So, I mean, if you notice my driver right there, my rider, sorry, Every time he hits, he breaks his jaw. You know, he gets whiplash. He's lost like 15 vertebrae so far. I mean, poor guy's getting beat up because he's not standing up. He's not absorbing it with his body, right? Am I ever going to get a drag car? I don't really have an interest in that. The Raptor 660, I remember that. Yes, I do. Gus, that's exactly why right there. I caught this one. I'm digging the all new content. Thank you, buddy. Mr. Tyler Lang, I appreciate that. Team Heavy Chevy Honda 250R will be a... Man, all they've got to do is make the platform and just pray if they do it, they don't use the Baja Ray front end. Oh man, that front steering is so bad. They need to do something completely different. You know, don't use the Baja Ray front end. Oh, that steering is horrible. But maybe if it has a swing arm in the back with no side to side and all, maybe it'll be okay, right? Chain drive, maybe. Oh, a Fat Cat bike. Yes, I was wanting one of those as well, but never had one. I had a, I think it was a 150cc Big Red back in the day. And back in the day, like 150cc, man, that thing's big. Well, now, what, 1000cc on these things? What's up, Flapping Lips? Joe Egg Bubble, what's the update on the Dr. Kleimenstein? Great question. I got the transmission put together. It was a little bit confusing on the transmission, but I got it together. And the confusing part was that I was trying to build it with the 2-speed transmission out of a TRX. I had to get a single-speed TRX4 transmission. There's a difference in the gears, and I've got this put together now. And it's really neat because of these two bolts right here. The top and bottom clamshell together, which holds the sides in places. It's actually pretty neat, and it's set up with the overdrive. So yeah, this will be started up soon. But yeah, that's where I'm at with the Kleimenstein. Forward motor mount, up front, all that stuff. So soon I'll be able to get back on that project. It really took me a while to figure this out, and it was because I was using the wrong transmission. Apparently there are some different gears in there. I didn't realize that. But apparently there is. I have a small robot riding the motor that can do heel click. Rally cars. That's just a short course truck with a car body, right? I mean, unless you're talking about like the more scale rally cars, those are different. Those are different there. Squirrel Rider. I'm shocked nobody's made a truck yet. Somebody did, Isaac. It's already been done. The guy did it on Facebook. I forget what he used for an axle, but yeah, he actually did put like 2 tires on the back of it. I don't know how it actually worked out with the gyro and stuff, but maybe the gyro would allow that thing to slide without immediately flipping over. I don't know. You got that right, Neutronic Gaming, 100%. You should get the V1 version of Losi Baja Ray. Love it. Well, I've got the V2, and when I get off of here at 9 o'clock, I've got to do an install. All my video work is done for the day, so I got to start something for tomorrow. So let me run this by you guys. Let me just see if you guys would be interested in this. Okay. I was thinking about doing this on TikTok. I've got 3 phones. This one, the one I'm talking to, which is all you guys right here, and I have another one. Now, the other phone I can hook up, connect it to my TikTok account, and I can live stream. I'm thinking from the side over here, me actually making a video, as in like doing the install. Would anybody be interested in actually see the table and me actually working on things? Because I mean, I show as much as I can to keep within a time frame, to keep things short. Like when I do a build video, if I didn't cut it, heck, you're talking 2 or 3 hours. But I try to get it down as much as I can, and sometimes it's in that 9, 10, 12, 15 minute range. I try cut it down, speed things up, all that stuff. But like, say I was to time lapse I'm looking at time lapse is okay. The problem with time lapse is you just see a bunch of this. The way I do mine, if you look at my most recent videos, I get right up on it and I do the video in normal speed. Then I cut, zoom, and double the speed. This way you can see more detail of what I'm doing versus just some distance time lapse, I've done the time lapse before, but I prefer to get up on it. It takes more time in the editing, a lot more time, because every single clip, and we're talking sometimes 60, 70, 80 clips per video, that every single clip has to be adjusted. Everyone, the speed, the volume, the zoom in, everything. That's very time consuming. But I prefer that style better than just a time lapse from somewhere, Let me see here. Get back up here. HP WR8 buggy based. Now, if they're based on that 1/8 buggy, that's probably pretty good. There you go. Jacko Trades. He must have been the one that did that. I know somebody did, and they posted on the Facebook. Where can I find RC Mad Labs part for Creighton 4S? Tyler Lang. The pinned post is Exocaged RC. If you go there, look under brands, I believe it is, you'll see Mad Labs. I've got the 5mm chassis, and I might have a 3mm chassis left in stock. They are discounted as well. So, yeah, go to exocagerc.com and look in the, like I said, I think it's brands. I'm probably going to mess up my feed by doing this. But let me see here. Exocaged RC. Yeah, shop by brand. Right there. You can see RC Mad Labs down here. I've got, well, you'll see them right here when you scroll. Those are what I have in stock. I hope. Oh, I do have some sold out ones. The 3mm I think are all sold out. But anyway, go to there. You can get the chassis right there. I have the chassis kits, and I can ship tomorrow. The American you hate, I'm dreaming of the day I get to open and jump it. Banshee will be mint, time lapse, build stuff populous. Whenever love build AJO. I hate people watching me work on stuff. I agree, Isaac, but you know what? If I can work on something and show you, say you're working on something, you get stuck, and I happen to have the video, and I show that part where you're stuck and show you how to get through it, it makes it worth everything. Go for it. So many people watch it. I know, but I know when I do lives like here, my main focus on my live is you guys. If I'm sitting here and I'm assembling this transmission for Kleimenstein per se, or if I'm installing this motor, my attention's on the motor, not you guys. So when I do a live, you guys are my focus. That's why I don't work on anything here while I'm doing the lives, because I try to focus on you guys. Live builds. I've watched Harley try to build a whole kit on live streaming. No, I do not want to get into that. That's way too much. See, I'm thinking I can set one camera up over here to actually show the table, right? I can have one in front of me, like where that camera's sitting right now. There you go. Haha. So, and then at that point, I can read the comments I'm thinking. And then I can actually physically make the video. You'll hear all my mess ups and restarts and blah, 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 all that good stuff that I do. Where can I locate those CVDs from Mad Labs? You'll have to, RC Mad Labs is only on eBay, as far as I know. He does not have a website, so it's only on eBay. A tug-of-war truck. When I get my concrete pad, I am going to have some tug-of-wars back here. And I may, in fact, build a tug-of-war truck. I don't know. If I do, though, I'll get a TRX-6 and build it off of that. Them things are awesome. Okay, Mr. Tyler Lane, well, I can help you out on the chassis, but you're going to have to get with RC Mad Labs for the axle shafts. Usually he's on here, but for some reason he's not. He's missed the last couple of them. RC Everyday is very good. He really is. Skilled Builders Guild, great. Harley, great. RC Driver Online is probably the best reviewer I've ever seen. That guy is really good. And of course, we know who the best driver basher is, right? That would be Kevin Talbot. We know that. As far as me, I'm hopefully in the top 100 at this point in the RC world on YouTube. I think I'm in the top 100, probably like 97 or 96 at this point. So I got to be moving up, right? A lot of room to move up. Miss CG Muhammad, have a good night. Nella, I have the attention span to do what Josh does on his Friday lives when he's yeah, it's just too much. What servo are you running in my Traxxas Max, Daniel Martin? I've got the Raw 500 in my Traxxas Max. What kind of gearing is good for an 800 kV motor in an X-Max? I like to stay, when you do the calculations, okay, around 114 to 1.16, 116 to 1. So 25-30 in mod 1.5 gears. If you're talking a 54, I like to go with about like a 45 tooth pinion gear with the 54 tooth spur gear. If you're going to go 35 tooth spur gear, mod 1.5, go with the 30 tooth pinion gear. That's a great all-around gear. You'll get your backflips, you'll get your speed, you'll have a lot of fun. If you really want to start pushing it, go to 1-to-1. I did that a couple times, and I'm going to tell you, it's ridiculous. But the amp draw, the load on the motor, the batteries is crazy. With just that little bit more gearing, it's seriously, it makes a big difference. So for me, if you stay in about, let's just say 1.2 to 1 if you do the calculations. You're a little bit above and below it. That'd be about where you need to be, in my opinion, for a good running truck. Like I say, if you want to drag race it, then gearing changes for that. Aluminum rod end balls on his site yet? I don't think he has a site, but in that video, I put a link to him in the description. In all my videos, if you have a question about what I'm showing, I say all of them. I try to do it in all of them, but they are links in the description for those. I know that. It's a great variety of it. You see, thank you. I generally, what's kind of weird is like right now, I'm more on the basher racer side of things, but it'll cycle and I'll be doing a lot of crawler content. I'm trying to do crawler content in with the basher stuff, but right now, honestly, my mindset is on the basher racer stuff. That's where my mindset is. So that's kind of where all my content is right now. And then my mind will change and all of a sudden crawlers will just start taking over. This could be the start of the crawler content. I don't know. I'm trying to get some crawler content in there, but my mind is really on the fast stuff right now for some reason. And it really shouldn't be because it's too hot for fast stuff. You know? Too much boom. Yelling for me for Talbot. Talbot is such a great video maker, though. That dude is really, really good. You have RC driver tattooed on your right arm, Isaac. I'll be honest with you. If anybody comes up to me and shows me an Exocaged tattoo on their arm, I'm probably going to laugh out loud. I'm probably going to just bust out laughing. That would be, I don't even have my own tattoo, okay? I don't have any tattoos. I don't even have a tattooed on me. All right. I think you're more like the top 10 to 20, my dude. Thank you, Neutronical Gaming. Thank you very much. Yeah, him is awesome trucks. Picked up a King Motor Baja. I haven't had a King Motor Baja. Rust Trombone. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Those guys don't do lives and talk to audience. That makes you top 10. He's really, Bills? All I know... Now, RC Sparks, he's done a lot of things in the RC world. He just changed his ways. I think he's definitely top 10. I appreciate that, Mir. Sparks went through some stuff. Yes, he did. You know it, buddy. Eli Kirby, thank you for watching, man. I appreciate it. Crazy. Let me see. I went to order, but there wasn't add to clear cart. I thought I asked. Add to cart option for, are you on my site, Triple T? If there's no add to cart option, then it's got to be out of stock. The cheap Losi 22 truck videos were fun to watch. I still have that. I still have the ribs on the front and the paddles on the back. It is exactly the way it was in the last video. I'm thinking about trying to do something because I've been doing 2 videos a day, which is kind of crazy, really, if you think about it. But what I'm thinking of doing gets Trax's throat tattoo. I didn't know. What I'm thinking about doing, remember a couple years ago, I took the whole month of December off of work. Well, now I'm completely off of work. But I've got like 105 RCs. I think this might make number 106. There are literally... I think 100 RCs inside my home. The rest are out in the shed. But, and when I get everything done inside, I'll actually take pictures of all that and make you guys a video. But, what I was thinking of doing, if you guys can recall, I used to do one-shot videos where basically I'd get up there, I'd do my stand-up routine, show it to you on the table, and get all that done in 30 to 40 seconds. I mean, real quick. Just pop, pop, pop. And then take like this outside and give it a run. Uncut, unedited, crashes, failures, successes, everything. I mean, just uncut, raw footage, basically. I'll probably cut and do some zoom in when needed, but otherwise just a straight run. And then come back in, do my outro, and done. What I was thinking of doing is making sure all my 106 vehicles are ready to go, which I believe at least 104 of them are ready to go. Crazy, I know. But start a full run every day, put one of my vehicles as a one-shot run. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I mean, I've got all kinds of stuff, even a tank in there. Local hobby shop tour. I do have RC Outlet here. I also have Hurricane Hobby. So we actually have 2 in town. What's up, Mom? Sonic Moto, what's up, buddy? Okay, yeah, if I have it, if it shows in stock, it'll ship out tomorrow morning. Traxxas, don't put my logo on your neck. TRX4 Blazer. Those are good trucks. I like the TRX4 platform. I just wish they'd give us a new 110 truck. 2 weeks a day is mad. You're a mad lad. Appreciate the effort. Thank you, Neutronical. Appreciate that. T-Day, what's up? I'm doing your pics, my Rustler and Stampede posted on your Facebook page. Did you post them recently? I haven't checked the Facebook page in at least a day. Could not make that sort of commitment. Oh man, I'm sorry. I would laugh. I would laugh if somebody came up with an Exocaged tattoo. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, okay, let me autograph that thing or something. I don't know. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. My mind just did not work very well for that one. Oh, man. URC used to be good. What is URC? Collabs and guest trucks are fun. Yeah, the shapeshifter builds are sweet. Not sure if I've seen those. Is that where you just put a different body on it, different tires, and go do something different with it? I used to have a Slash like that. I had the Slash body, the Rally body, and some other body they had at that point. And changed tires and body, and, well, you have a whole different car now. Crawler Canyon, Chasm, most of the SPG and Harley designs. Good deal, American, yes. I'll do it. New life goal, Exocaged tattoo. No, that should be nobody's life goal. Nobody should get that. Last week, John Deere Stampede and the Pink Bro. Okay, I will check that out. I gotta go check that group out. Send me the Exocaged logo and your signature, and I'll get tattooed. No, Clayton. No. Stampede. Stampede is very versatile. It's a very versatile truck, just like the Slash. Thank you, Thomas. I appreciate that, man. What's going on with SCX6? I don't know why my steering tie rod is loose. I took it off for some reason. I have no idea. I've not had the Axial Yeti trophy trucks. Tim's Custom. Thank you. Get some temporary tattoos made. Where do you even go to get those? That would be, if it was temporary, I could do that. I could do a temporary one. I could take one when I go to see my daughter and put a little bitty one on my daughter's shoulder. Yeah, my granddaughter's shoulder. She's like 1.5 or 2. Her mom would freak out. That would be awesome. I haven't had access to it. Yep. He just made the road car from a Stampede. Okay, yeah, that's pretty easy. The SCX6 tires are way bigger than what the UDR tires are. Way bigger. I mean, I really don't think they'll fit at all. They're huge compared to a UDR tire. Truggy. What I was thinking of when you mentioned Truggy right there is the fire team that I've got, right? The body is really awesome, but it's super heavy. I mean, I could just simply swap I have no idea what kind of body on it. Maybe put like a Creighton body, kind of somehow center it, and have like a stretch wheelbase Creighton. I mean, it's basically the same thing, basically, right? Online. Maybe I got some for a work event. Okay, that's actually pretty neat, Tim. Ink box and ink bound do them. You can custom order them online, or you need to send them an image. That's crazy. Oh boy. A Savage XL. I used to have a Savage XL. Savage XL Flux. I used to have one of those. I actually had that set up with a Castle XLX2 ESC and 800 kV motor. It had the Alza center drive in it and the LEM bulkheads front and back on that thing. So I had that thing kind of beefed up pretty well, but man, every 2 runs, I'm not exaggerating, the pinion bearings would be gone, and they were the 8x16x5 pinion bearings. They would just destroy themselves. I have no idea why. Maybe something was aligned right. And I actually have bulkheads for that truck out of Vidavon in the bin in there. But I have no intentions right now to get an HPI. Can you, all right, Bill's Customs, can you still get the Flux XL body? If you can get that body, that would, like you're saying, that would be awesome. And again, thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. All right, are we catching a break here? Do I know if Vidavon makes TRX4 parts? ICRC, yeah, he pretty much makes everything for the TRX4. They still make the Savage XL Flux? Man, HPI, they just kind of like hanging on by a thread, aren't they? They've been bought out, rebought, reorganized. Okay, I need to see if I can find that body. Get that body. That would actually be pretty awesome on there. Long wheelbase truggy. That would actually be pretty good. Oh my God, Clayton's going to do it. Don't do it, dude. Oh. Marcus Andrew, HPI just kind of like a cockroach. Always down there. You can't really kill them. But Red Cat, speaking of Red Cat, you guys should pay attention to Red Cat. They got some awesome stuff on the way. And that's all I can say. You'll see. Hopefully by the end of the year. I'm not going to say that I know things, but off camera, I do R&D for several brands. So there's probably about 30, I'm not going to say vehicles, but parts, pieces, and things in the RC community that I've actually kind of been part of. And it's probably 6 or 7, maybe even 10 or 12 brands at this point. I mean, obviously I can't video and promote it or show it in any possible way because they're not available yet, but there's quite a bit of stuff out there, and I'd like to see some really nice stuff from HPI, but I have my doubts. Mine was actually green. I got a picture of mine from years ago. I was on the track out at 121 Raceway. See if I can find this old picture. And I can't show you the pictures around that picture. I don't want to get demonetized. You know how you scroll through your camera roll, or what's really bad is when your wife gets a hold of your phone, you're like, oh my God, I might as well just go to the store, just go on, get her some ice cream or something, because this is not going to be good. I got this old picture though of this old, the old Savage. It's way back there. Man, it was back when I water skipped some things. Oh man, that's an old picture. Oh, see, now I'm reminiscing. I want to find that old picture there. Oh, this is when I water skipped the UDR so hard it rode a wheelie on the back skid. It was on 8S with sand paddles. Haha. Let me get back to you guys real quick. 2 gas powered RC from Red Cat. Okay. HPI was. They really were. The RC chat that got discontinued. See, I got discontinued. I'm sad. A Vader XB. I never had a Vader XB. The part support eBay one is green. Joe and everyone. Paul King. Hey, you finally made it, dude. You got 30 minutes left. I got so many. All my big stuff is going to end up right here. Because I don't, except for the Raminator. Obviously, that's not going there. Great show as always. Have to go see the reasons I'm happily divorced. Monetize just a chat stream. I don't monetize my live streams. there's no need to put anybody through that. So yeah, I don't monetize my live streams. I think I did a year or two ago. After the live stream was done, I think I monetized it, but yeah, there's no need to do that. New primal car. Yeah. The front suspension is lacking a lot, and the rear suspension, there is none. No, I've got the Challenger ordered, so I'll have that. I've got a specific place the Challenger is going to be stored in my home. A very specific place. And it's going to be awesome right up in front. It's going to be cool. Okay, I'm getting way back into my pictures now. Okay. I see the sweet potato. I can't show you that even though it is literally a sweet potato. Oh, man. This is the old track that I used to be part of. Ooh. This is the old track that I used to be part of. I actually was the race director on that one. Wheelie King was a base for Macron. Yep, the Wheelie King was a base for it, yes. 6x6. I need to get the shocks taken. If I get the shocks taken care of, I'm taking the last axle off, and we'll do it 4x4 on 12S. It'll be 4x4 on 12S. Okay, come on. I know. All right, we're getting close. Here it is, right here. This is my old Savage Flux. At this time, it may have had the... I'm not sure if it had the 2028 in it or the Poseidon 1500 kV. I'm not sure. But that was my Savage Flux back in the day. XL, everything. It was a pretty mean truck, let me tell you. But I used to go through pinion bearings on that thing every second, every 3 or 4 runs. Just had to put new pinion bearings in it. So much. It will not be sitting right in front of my toilet. Found your initial GB for sale. Oh, you almost got one? Hey, Blitz, man. Just get a cheap junk ESC and put it in there. Servo, just glue it down. Boom, you're done. You got an actual drift car. It's not bad. It's kind of horrible, but it's not bad. It will not be in the bedroom. Did HP ever do a 4x4 car or buggy back in? I'm not sure. I have no idea. I'm putting some time on it. Have you seen the new sledgehammer kit for the Traxxas sledge? I converted it to 1/7. I have not. Really? I wouldn't mind doing something new with my old sledge. I might need to look that up. Daniel, thank you for telling me about that one. Dude, the 6x6s, the SCX6s are amazing. They're just awesome. And then when you do the 6x6, like what you're talking about right there, man, they're so they're so long. They keep the front end down on the craziest climbs, man. It's awesome. So yeah, it's just phenomenal. $2,000 waste. Well, it's got beautiful lights on it in the body. I would say probably around that same time frame. I remember racing. I was in the RC hobby when the original Traxxas sledgehammer first came out. The Traxxas Blue Eagle and the Hawk. The gold pans were still a thing for the Team Associated. So that's how long I've been in it. But then as time goes up, girls, jobs, bills, responsibility, all that wonderful stuff kind of takes you away from the hobby side. And then when you get yourself settled, you start making money, you're getting free money, and you're looking for a new hobby. My hobby was real trucks. I did events. I was on TV. Well, I was on TV once. I was on Extreme 4x4 with Ian for the event that I was posting, which was that I was hosting at Morris Mountain. And that was Made Magazine, Busted Knuckle, all that stuff. Got out of that and went back to RC, and now here I am doing better than ever. It's amazing. Putting the Proline Hellcat on Arma. What was it? Also been looking at FTX. I need to look at FTX RS4. We used to race the micro RS4 on carpet, heavily modified carbon fiber chassis, micro battery packs as well. Wow. May do, Joe. I have a HPI 1.8 buggy the mate found at the tip. I call it Tip Rat. Okay, I know HPI used to have, what's that buggy they had? The Forza. Now, the Forza was a tough car now. The Forza was tough. Red Cat is a great way into the hobby. It really is. And like I said, I'd probably keep an eye out for their newer products. To my understanding, they are doing a lot more in-house designed vehicles. So I know in the past, Red Cat has had a habit of rebranding other things, putting their stickers on it and calling it theirs. And that was how they kind of got a bad reputation for a long time. They were just rebranding whatever it was, putting their sticker on it and saying, hey, we've got this car, you know. So that really didn't help Red Cat, but apparently it kept them alive enough that they've got an engineering team in-house now. They are designing new stuff, and I got my hopes up. I really do. Got my hopes up for Red Cat, but it's going to take some really awesome vehicles, some really awesome PR and time to get past all the negativity that they've built up for years. I mean, it's just, honestly, they got some work ahead of them. They really changed, I think, when they came out with the RS Drifter car. That was beyond Red Cat of anything I've ever seen from Red Cat. So that was a huge step up. It was a drifter, but it was a huge step up for Red Cat. Carbon, beautifully designed, drives great. I can't drive very well on drifting, but very huge step up for Red Cat. So I've got my hopes up for what they've got coming in the future. So that's a tank. Updated Kaiju. I have no idea what they're going to do with the Kaiju. Started testing an HPI Baja 5B Flux. I used to have one. YSU. I used to have a 5B Flux, and I thought it was awesome. But I don't have that anymore. It's been gone for a long time. But that was my first 8S vehicle, 5B Flux. Yeah, they got that nice trailer coming out. The Marksman is just a depowered Wendigo. And the best thing about the Marksman are the axles. They're super tough, but by design, and I'm talking axle shafts and all that stuff, you can't get a good tight turn out of them. The axle shafts are super beefy, and because they're so beefy, they don't, with that CVD design, they don't really get the turn like what the newer ones do. You know, they get turned like this now. That one's going to be like this. It just doesn't get the turn. Hot Bodies, yes. Now, the Hot Bodies was like the racing division, I believe so. You have a new non-ran team associated RC10T? Jack, really? That's a collector's item there, buddy. Tough nights outside for ages, still rolls, shots good, surface rust. True, the Gen 8. The Gen 8 was one of their very first in-house designed vehicles, by the way. So the Gen 8 was them getting into their own designs and stuff. The Gen 7 was kind of a mix of rebranding and their own stuff. So kind of a mix on the Gen 7. We actually had a Gen 7 class at our competition, and it had to have only Red Cat up. So if Red Cat made an upgrade, you could put it on there, but it had to be Red Cat. We're talking everything down to the differential spools and all that, because the Sport Came with plastic spools in the axles. Yeah, that don't last very long. And the Pros came with the metal. So we would get the Pro spools and put in them. Even though Integy was cheaper. Probably still the same thing. Now, Schumacher, they're more of an on-road and high-end race 1/10 scale, aren't they? I mean, I've never had a Schumacher anything. Now, when I get my on-road track poured and all that stuff back there, you know, I do have a spot in my RC storage now specifically for on-road vehicles, and I can hold up to 12 of them in there. So I've already prepped my storage. I just don't have the $10,000 concrete pad poured. And before I get the pad poured, I've got to get my dirt taken care of. And I'm not going to get the dirt until after hurricane season is over, because the last thing I want to do is throw down $2,000 for dirt and it get washed away. I really don't want that, you know. I want it to have a chance to sit there, pack down over the winter, get grass, get roots in it, so it'll hold against the rain, the rainy season. The Red Cat Lowrider is absolutely original. Yes, it was. Don't build it. Don't race it. Is it still sealed in the box, Jack? Right. The drift car was absolutely phenomenal. Hey, Chainsaw finally made it home. Tapered ends. Yeah, but you taper the ends, you're going to make them weaker. I mean, the way the Wendigo axles are, they are super tough axles. And they'd work good for bouncers. Yeah. Maybe when I get my on-road stuff and I can do clean racing, maybe I'll be able to get some Schumacher or something, you know? Who knows? I never know where I'm going sometimes. I'll see something and I'll be like, oh man, do they make this or that? And I'll look for it, and sometimes I'll find it, and that's when my credit card says, all right, let's throw this away. Let's get it going. The Gen 9 is a good truck. The 2-speed transmission is a bit clunky though. But overall, the Gen 9 is a good truck. I actually have mine. And it has Class 1 landmine tires on it, I believe. I saw it the other day. I was out in the shed. I try not to go into the shed. It's hot out there. Like a metal roof and all that stuff. It is hot. Yeah, but okay, if they redesign the 5B, what could they do to make it better? It's a rail chassis. I mean, I don't know what could they do to make it better, really? I mean, the transmission is insane. I don't know that they could do anything to make that any better, really. Harvey's Hooligans, what's up? Viking RC, wow, you finally made it, dude. You only got 17 minutes. Viking RC, a lot of his videos come out from right here. If you guys are looking for a different viewpoint on the Exoplex, check out his channel. You have camping allowed at my campground. There have been people actually show up with RVs and stayed out here. Yes, there is a porta potty that is serviced once a week. So there is that there. The 05B is a solid vehicle. It really is. And see the Losi 5T, like the racer Losi truck, the reason they haven't changed that is because they don't need to. There's no competition for it. So they don't need to progress on that. It is what it is. What is my go-to beater to crawl with that never fails you? Probably the TRX4 Sportish. I call it the Sportish because it's a Bronco. It has all the features, but with the sport body. It actually has Vidavon axle housings, and that's the one that I'll loan out to people because I know they're not going to break it. if they do break it, I think somebody broke a bumper on it one time and maybe one rod end link. But that's it. It's a tank. You're not going to break that thing. Luckily, Ryan, my credit card is way under control. I'm telling you right now. It's about to get a big hit when I order all my laminator stuff. But the way I got things worked around, I should have it paid off in about 2 months. Have you had an A&T Rival? I do not have AE Rival MT. But from what I understand, it's supposed to be a good basher. See, I actually have an AC unit in my shed that I haven't turned on in forever. See, I don't have a reason to buy or have two of the same thing. And here I am with 3 X-Maxes. But all 3 are very different. Very different. One day I'm going to put my tire back on there. I haven't put the tire back on that one. That's my full Vidavon X-Max up there, 12S with a Max 4 560 kV. Then I've got the other one with the Max 5 G2 with 800 kV. I can do 12S on that one. And now I've got this one right here, the XRT, which is obviously very different, much better handling truck. I could 12S to 1250, but it might not survive. I might try it one day. Who knows? I don't know. Hammer Ray 2.0 coming. I have no idea if they got a Hammer Ray 2.0 on the way. My Hammer Ray is no longer with me. I sold that to Marcus. He was on here earlier. Yeah, I'm not doing OnlyFans. Nobody on the planet should want to see me doing anything more than what I'm doing right now. Nobody. A full molded carbon fiber tub chassis. That would be kind of crazy. Yes, it would. Oh, King Motor does great at their clones. They really do. Really good at their clones. The Vorza, my buddy Antoine here, local, he used to call it the Honey Badger. That's what he called his Vorza. It was a tank. It was a tank. You don't need to see my shed. It's got stuff all over the place. All right, Mr. Tyler Lane, catch you later, buddy. Marcus Landry, there we go. He has the Hammer Ray. I'll pay you not to be. Exactly, Harvey's, yes. There is none of that going on here. I wouldn't even wear a paper bag on my head and do that. Not that I have an Exocaged tattoo or anything, which never happens. I don't think there's any snakes in the shed, but there are spiders out there. I know that. Any suggestions for axle assemblies for a 110 monster truck build? Keda Creek. Yeah, I would use Rift axles for that. 7th scale rally car looks nice. I haven't seen that one. Just found a vintage Kyosho GPS Ultimate RB Nitro buggy. Wow. That's old. Huh. Gen 8 V2. I think I've got the Gen 8 V1 out there. I had the Axe edition, but I ended up trading that off. I have no idea what I traded it for. Been working on the bot, let me know. Yeah, I'm actually going to, when I get done with this, I've got a couple orders to ship out. But when I get done with this, I've got to do an install. So probably what I'll do is I'll probably set up and video the install of the 4000 kV Hobbywing system, the Max 10 G2 Hobbywing. and I get that put in, and while I'm in there, I'll check it, because I believe you guys were saying, was it RC Driver found that the servo was loose or something in there, something like that. So that might be why I had all the slop on that. So I'm going to check into that as well. Yeah, I got to finish. I got to make my shock braces right here. Probably not going to work. I think what it was is the shocks, they have the spacers, which add more leverage to them. So I'm thinking I might be able to get rid of that leverage with this piece right here. But I need to do like a double shear on it is what I need to do. Rift axles, much better. Keta Creek, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Rift axles and Endura. Thank you, Keta. I appreciate it, man. Endura axles. I've had some of the knockoff axles actually be decent. Like in the clone, they were really good. They were knockoff of the TRX4, but man, they took a beating. And then I've had some that were just like they were made of on the pot metal, worse than pot, like pot metal lead inside or something. It was just really horrible materials inside. Oh boy. Yeah, I am not a fan of spiders. If I put solid in a monster truck, I wonder if HPI would try their hands on a Baja trophy truck like the UDR. I don't know. No idea. Yo boy up forever. I got a question. All right. The plastic one on tie rods weak and large. Pro 4 get sloppy. Do they? Did you add any weight to it, or is it just something that just does on that one? I've only driven mine, I think, well, maybe about 5 times now. I've got a few videos in there too. Isaac, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it, man. RC, hey Joe, do you think the Phoenix portal chassis could be lowered the same height as the straight one? Probably not, due to the portal axles. The axles take up that space there. You would have to have a much shorter shock or reposition the shocks to bring the axle up into the chassis. And you get too far up, you're going to start having clearance issues with the drive shafts. Chinesium, that's what it was. Check the actual servo. Since it doesn't have a top ball bearing, the servo gear on the servo actually moves in the casing. Okay, I will check that. I've got several takeout servos. In fact, my Reese order shipped today. I might take a $2.99 out of the Corley buggy and put that in there. Go ahead and change the servo as well, and then just put another servo. I don't know. I got a raw 500 somewhere as well. Might be easier than taking out the Corley buggy. Yo boy, you're talking about the track that I typically show every day. That is the Exoplex, and that is literally my backyard. They are a weaker plastic. Okay, are there any upgraded rod ends that you can think of that I should be on the lookout for when the time comes? Because I'm planning to race that truck quite a bit out here. Good to have you, Keita. Thank you. Got lots of nasty spots. Oh, man. Australia, you guys got a bunch of murder spiders out there. Murder snakes, everything. Yeah. I miss it, but what is your favorite flat rail chassis? Currently, I'm thinking my favorite flat rail chassis. That's a good question. Probably the UGRC Dirty South. But the Power Hobby or Endura carbon chassis that has a forward transmission, that's a very good one as well. The Power Hobby and Endura are kind of the same thing. They just rebrand each other's stuff. So, but really good. Viking RC, am I ready for some nitro action? Not yet, but quite possibly. Have a 90 pound Bahar. Okay. So Marcus, I'm assuming that server does good in there, right? Who would pay 200 for inconal ring and pinion? What's an inconal ring and pinion? Do you have a Rival MT? I do not have one of those. But everybody's talking about it. Traxxas, they do a lot of that centered steel, centered metal. Actually, the hardness is good on those. They just kind of get brittle sometimes, and that's when you have the issue. Thank you, yo boy. Appreciate that. In Baltimore, we have murder rats. Really? What do you want to see released as a RTR? I use rod ends from B64. Okay, a B6.4. Okay. What do I want to see released as a RTR? Axial SEX 10 Pro. RC. Cool. Thank you, RC. I have no idea what I just explained. My mind is just right on through. But I don't want to ride no spider. South Florida RC. Oh my God, the Gators. What about Gator Chris? I'm going to get down to the Everglades. I want to see that. I want to get in the water with Casper. I'll be on the other side of the fence, but I want to do that. I want to get down there to see the Everglades National Park with that. I've got to get down there. I watched that guy, and to see Casper, this 10-foot gator, just come up with a leaf in his mouth. Oh my God. I want to get in there. I really do. And Cornell is a metal, strong metal. Oh, okay, that's an actual metal. Pink China. Really? That's a legit word. Okay. I thought it was a misspelling or something. We have the diamond, we have the Black Widows here. And Connell is a nickel chromium. Okay. I had no idea. You're an Aussie. Oh, spider do die. I had to enjoy SCX10 clone, beat the hell out of it. Yep. They don't bother me. Hey, I'd rather deal with a snake than a spider. But man, I really want to get in that water with Casper. Man, those gators are phenomenal, man. The way they know their names, okay? He can call them by their names and they come up. It's amazing. It's amazing how smart those gators are. Well, that's a good recommendation for a servo for a Creighton 6S. I'll probably go with a Raw 500 on that one. Yeah, see, I think it's about 6 hours drive south for me to get down there to the Everglades. But, I mean, I'm in Florida. You'd think, oh, it's just a few minutes away. No, Florida's this big old long panhandle, you know. Takes a while to get down there. I've never seen a python up here that wasn't in somebody's fish tank. As in like a pet or something. The only thing killing you around here is a Kodiak or a Sasquatch. You got to watch out for them Sasquatches. Think ProBoat will make a Miss Geico 36 2.0. Anyone? I have no idea. My buddy has the Miss Geico. I showed that on the channel. He has 2 of them from Bill Oxidine as well. And that one that he's got, can't think of the name of the V-hole one. That thing runs so good. It cuts the waves. That thing is beautiful. Way better than my Sonic Wake. Way better than that one. Yes, yeah, black widows and recluses. Yes, the recluses are really bad. They will really get you. Florida is America's wing. Yes, it is. Too bad it's dangling low. Big axle. Australia, same thing, sort of. I've been in Jacksonville for 6 months. I'm good. I'll just visit you. Isaac, now what I have here is a ton of lizards. And it's crazy because it's 9 o'clock. You guys got me going. The lizards, you'll get like a whole bunch of big ones, and then they're like gone, and then you have a bunch of babies. It's like a life cycle, you know. It's really crazy how they work. America's mullet. I guess it could be, couldn't it? Or America's rat tail hanging down there. We're from RC to Animal Planet. Yes, we did, Travis. We kind of mutated our talking a little bit here. Come to the UK. The only sass you're going to get squashed is local Karen. Wait, we have Karens here too. One hung low. You got that right. Dominator, that's what it is. Yeah, those things run great, man. Really good. I couldn't believe how good that thing was taking the hills, the waves. That was really good. Now, I see the guy, South Florida, I see the guy, he goes into the Everglades like he's barefoot at night. He's like, oh, look at the swamp puppy. And he's talking about a big old gator or a crocodile. Yes, we have freshwater crocs here in Florida. And he's picking up snakes and geckos. Yoink, grabs one. And what I don't get, okay, noodlers. And I'm going way over here because we're way off topic. But noodlers, you see a mud hole going down in there. Hey, no way I'm sticking my hand in that hole and just grabbing whatever's in there. Oh no, that's horrible. My luck, there'll be a big old snapping turtle with a head the size of Jaws in there pointing right at me. And then my hand's gone. What am I can't Velcro this to my wrist and record, you know? Oh, yeah. Sorry. All right, Blitz RC. I guess we need to wrap this up. I'm into overtime here, and I've got at least one install to do. I got to mess with. I might mess with the fire team with a quick run right here. I might do the table unboxing thing of this truck right here. Not the Hammer Ray, Baja Ray. I got a bunch of stuff to do. Whew, yep, let's go ahead and wrap this up so I can get busy. And I've got at least 1 or 2 orders I got to get taken care of, so I'll get those done, get you guys shipped out. Thank you guys for the orders. Exocaged RC. If you have a special order or something, exocagedrc@yahoo.com. You guys have been absolutely phenomenal tonight. Thank you guys. Man, you guys really, really got me messed up and start talking about like nature and stuff like that, man. I'm not going for another hour. I got things I got to get tore apart, fixed, put together, and get myself set up for tomorrow's 3 to 4 videos. I see a hole in my ground. I feel with boiled water. Now, I do get holes in my ground, but usually it's a gopher turtle. So I do get that, but believe me, I'm not sticking my hand in there either. No, I don't stick body parts into random holes. It does not happen. I don't do that. We got to wrap this up. All right, guys, it's been awesome, and I will catch you guys later. Tomorrow is going to be all kinds of Max 5 G2 1250 kV stuff in the XRT. I got 3 videos I'm gonna get set up for you guys. They're all available for channel members as of right now, but before I go to bed tonight, they're gonna be gone, so you guys have maybe an hour or 2 to watch these things. So all right, guys, I will catch you guys later, and At least not anymore, because another divorcee, yeah. Ah, man. All right, guys. You guys are awesome. I'm going bust nut. My early morning starts probably about 8:30 tomorrow. I love this new life. You guys are awesome. Let me get out of here and let me go before we get further down the rabbit hole in this conversation. You guys are awesome. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.